Summer is a great time to catch up on some books you may have missed over the course of the year. As a child and even into my college years, I have fond memories of my weekly library trips with my parents when I was younger and on my own when I was older. I loved going to the library and picking out a book or two, and I decided that I wanted to create more memories like those from my youth, so I'm doing a segment here on HomeTowne TV called Leigh's Library List. Each week during the summer, I'm going to review a book for you, a book that I'm reading, so you can decide whether or not you want to make it part of your library list. For our inaugural read, I've chosen Gone Girl by Gillian Flynn. Gone Girl by Gillian Flynn was released last summer and instantly became a must-read. Because it was popular, I had a hard time getting a copy from the library, but I was patient, and when it was my turn to check it out, I was not disappointed. This story starts on Nick and Amy's 5th wedding anniversary. Nick comes home from working at the bar he owns with his sister to celebrate the occasion with his wife, only to find that Amy is gone. What makes this more disturbing is the pool of blood he finds left in the kitchen. Like any good husband would, he calls the police hoping they can solve the mystery and bring his wife back to him. What ends up is a struggle between reality and fantasy as the story of Nick and Amy's relationship takes center stage on the local media. The story is told in 3 parts. Each part is told by Nick and by Amy. Most of Nick's storyline is in real time, while Amy's is told by her diary entries and some internal dialogue. We find out that Amy and Nick's life wasn't as picture perfect as it seemed. After the police find out that Nick used Amy's trust fund to buy the failing bar that he and his somewhat alcoholic twin sister owned together, and he recently increased the amount of life insurance on her policy, he becomes a prime suspect in what they're now considering Amy's murder. Nick claims he's innocent, and a reader would believe him. He's very sincere in his words and his actions, although we find out he's having an affair with a student, and we read about him being physically violent with Amy through her entry journals. We also start to have some doubts about his innocence. The plot twist in part 2 of the book reveals that Amy is in fact alive, and she created this morbid scavenger hunt for Nick to follow to help him prove his innocence, or maybe it will condemn him indefinitely. I won't spoil the ending for you. You'll have to go to your local library and check out this book for yourself. What I will tell you is Gone Girl is a suspenseful thriller that will make this book hard to put down. It explores a relationship that was never really on solid ground to begin with, and what that might drive someone to do. I'd recommend it as a fun pool read or beach reading during your summer vacation. Next week, I'll be reviewing Reconstructing Amelia by Kimberly McCreet. Don't forget to join in the conversation on Facebook, where you can let me know what your thoughts on the book were or give a suggestion on what you'd like us to read next. I'm Leigh Pafford, and that's what's on my library list.